YouTube! What's up, guys? This is Mike with Pratt Family Homestead. Hey, today we're talking about corn. It's not a how-to. It's just some stuff I'm going to see what I can mess up. So we're going to do some seed soaking. We're going to keep some dry, soak some. See if we notice any kind of difference with that. We're going to mulch some corn. We're going to plant two kinds of corn close together and try to set up a barrier in between them and see how that works. I think when it comes to corn, most of what I've read says you want two different kinds of corn as far apart from each other as possible. True or not, I don't know. But then I've also read lots of 100-foot to 200-foot. Well, we're going to plant two kinds, not our sweet corn and not our feed corn, but two other kinds. We're going to plant relatively close, about 75 foot maybe or so, and see what happens. You'll see in the video, we're going to put a natural barrier up, or try. So we'll try. We'll see how that goes. So we got, I believe it's Wade's Indian corn. We're going to use that as, maybe try it as cornmeal, but also it's supposed to be pretty good for feed. We got the sweet corn that we're planting, and I cannot remember the name of that. We got planting some strawberry popcorn and some glass gem. All four from Baker Creek. Everything from us this year pretty much is Baker Creek. So we're going to plant them in different areas around the property, except for the glass gem and strawberry are going to be close together. So, yeah, let's go check it out. All right, guys. This video is going to be mostly about some experimenting we're going to do with corn this year. But I want to say something else real quick. I've started a lot of our squash, about 4 or 5 kinds of pumpkins, and melons and everything using coffee filters and plastic bags. Melanie at Road to the Farm was the first person I saw doing the coffee filter thing, so we're going to try that. And we're also probably going to use these giant pumpkins to enter into, let's see, it's Road to the Farm and Life in Farmland, Eric over there. They're kind of having I don't know if it's a contest, I guess, a contest so you can grow biggest pumpkins. We planted these giant pumpkins last year and we did not have great success, but they can grow up to from 800 to 1,500 pounds. We came nowhere close to that last year. Not even, I think we got like a regular pumpkin size. Is that right, babe? I mean, we didn't.
It was a little bit bigger than that, but I could still pick it up, so.
Yeah. So I think this year we're going to, we've got a whole bunch of cow manure and we've got a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm going to be composting, and I think we're
Cow manure?
I'm sorry, horse manure.
When did we get a cow?
Horse manure and a bunch of other stuff that I'm going to naturally feed these pumpkin plants and attempt to get something really cool out of it. So we're trying that. So that's, they're using the hashtag on Instagram of Homestead pumpkins, I believe, right, babe?
I think so.
So if you want to enter, use a giant pumpkin or something to get into their contest, go ahead and do that. And the other thing with squash that I'm very excited about is we're getting blue pumpkins planted this year. I don't know why, I'm just kind of totally excited about that. And the Zucca giant squash. How awesome is that? I have no idea what to do with them. I have no idea whatever, but I saw a video Baker Creek did on these, and I of course had to order some. All right, so those are all getting started, and hopefully we're gonna have a huge melon patch that's also or squash patch that's also gonna have 2 or 3 different kinds of melons in it as well, and all the squash. Right. So for starters, this corn right here that you see, this is what this is. These ears can get a foot long, I think the back says. Yeah, ears are 12 inches long. And they make, for great ornament, meal or feed. So these have soaked overnight. These have soaked for about 12 hours. We've never soaked corn before, and so we're going to see how that goes. So I'm just going to drain these real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and get them in this plastic bag. And the reason is because we got to haul them up on top of the hill. We're planting all these way up on top of our little hill.
Right. There. Actually, no. right there. I forgot where we were going.
Okay, I'm gonna rinse this up. Now this is gonna be way too much. This is how many packets was it, baby?
13.
13 packets of a minimum of 75 seeds. So I think that math comes out to we're planting about a minimum of 975 of those plants, which we're hoping to use for some, what, babe?
I don't remember that being our calculation.
Well, we were going to do 900.
Oh, yeah, that's
A
right.
30 by 30 plot.
Yep.
But the packets and the numbers, and it's probably well over 1,000 actually, because Baker Creek usually overstuffs their packages, which is awesome. I don't need this big of a bowl, but our next experiment is, this is the sweet corn that we're planting. And, you got it?
Got it.
And
I like to switch to zooming.
We're doing about 400 of these, I believe.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is, in a little experiment, is we're going to plant this corn. I'm going to soak half of this corn for the next 8 hours, and we're going to go out and plant the corn tonight. We're going to soak the corn we're going to soak half of this for about 8 hours tonight, and half of it we're not going to soak. And, or today we're going to soak it. And we'll follow up and see what that looks like when it's planted. When we plant it, we'll do it half and half. Half will be planted. I mean, we're not going to scatter it out. This half will be the soaked, and this half will be the non-soaked. And we'll see. And this will be, what time is it? This will probably only be a 7 to 8 hour soak. Most of what I read has said 8 to 12 hours or overnight. So that looks really puny compared to all of this. All right, so that's what we're doing. We'll probably follow up with planting this corn and post this up for you today. All right, let's go check it out. Okay, guys. So another part of our corn experimenting this year is we saw that Tangi, the caterer's wife, had said in one of her videos that she had planted sunflowers in between different kinds of corn. It acts as a great barrier so they don't cross-pollinate and do bad things to each other. So Jenny planted a plot of glass gem here.
No.
No?
Strawberry popcorn.
Strawberry popcorn here, that's what I meant. And I don't know, it's probably 8 by 10 or something like that. And we're going to do another small plot just like this down at the other end of the garden, probably 50, 70, maybe 75 foot away. And we're gonna plant some sunflowers all around this. We're gonna plant sunflowers down there and maybe some in the middle, and see how that does. So our sweet corn is gonna be hundreds and hundreds of feet that way. The Indian corn that you saw that we're gonna plant for probably animal food is gonna be hundreds of feet that way. So this will be a little experiment with these two kinds of corn that we're kind of just playing with, and if they completely die out, we're not losing anything. But we hope they don't. So, all right, we just wanted to show you that. That's something else we're going to be trying. Sunflower seeds we're going to plant like crazy around here, I think. So we're also going to use that for animal feed. And for meat too. So, all right, let's go get this corn. Hey guys, very windy out here today. This is 1/3 of the Indian corn going in. Hope you can hear that. If not, I'll do a voiceover. And also, I bought this sprayer from TSC, a little 15-gallon sprayer from TSC.
You did not buy it. I gave it to you as a Christmas present.
Well, there you go, Sister Fran. All right, so yeah, Christmas present. And what we're going to use with this is, I'm hoping the salt water won't tear the motor up, but I'm going to use a natural weed killer and grass and weed killer. And that's what the sprayer is supposed to be for. But up here on top of this hill, There's no water up here. I mean, we are pretty far away from the house and everything else. I don't know if you can see them little kids right there. So we're just, these seeds soaked, and so we're just adding some water to the ground. It's very dry, and then we're gonna cover them up. This is 1/3 of what we're doing, and we'll show you more in a second. We'll get it covered up.
Hi guys, so we got our corn planted. We were aiming for a 30 by 30 plot, ended up more like a 20 by 40 because of where we planted hay. So that's this way. We also got about 40 foot row of onions and potatoes. They were actually left over from what we planted in the garden, so we figured why not try them up here, and if they do good up here, then it's just we're gonna go see if the animals would like to munch on some of this.
Hey Mom, what's that thing around your neck?
Oh yes, Faith and Grace and Andrew went to the clover field and picked flowers
Right
for
down
us
there.
and made us our own little flower lays.
I got one too, if you can see it.
Matching flower lays.
And what did their speech include when they gave them to us?
Something along the lines that they wanted to make us appreciate us, they appreciate what we do for them, and to say thank you, and that they love us.
What awesome kids we got. All right, let's go see if some of the animals like that corn. All right, guys. So the sweet corn's been soaking for what, babe, about 9 hours now?
Yep.
And so what we're gonna do is we just ripped the lawn out of this area because, you know, grass is of no use to anybody really. And this is gonna be our sweet corn plot. And we're gonna do all of our melons and squashes, watermelon, all that, pumpkins and all that good stuff, which is melons and squash.
Yeah, way to go, babe.
All that's gonna be done down there, and maybe even right here a little bit. This whole area might become a berry area next year, which I haven't really talked to Danny about. So anyways, I disked this up, and we're gonna go about every 2 diskings. So it's gonna be about a foot apart. The instructions say that each plant should have a 1 foot square area, right, honey?
Yep.
So what we're gonna do the soaked seeds on the back 5 rows, and the not soaked seeds on the front 5 rows. So it's basically gonna be, if all the math works out and everything, it's gonna be 10 foot by 40 foot. We'll see. So we're gonna get these put in real quick and water it down again. All right, let's do it. So this is how this worked out. We've got 5 rows of soaked seeds laid down, and we ended up with extra seeds, so we got 6 rows of dry seed laid down. Now, if you remember, I put up a bunch of hay last week because we had storms coming and it wasn't quite finished drying yet. It's drying great in the barn. It's the one side that I thought was going to be good, it's good. The other side, I don't know, it's still a little damp. I think I'm going to put some salt in it, as one of the subscribers suggested, and see how that goes. But I've also been picking out parts that just seem too damp to me. Well, I'm going to take all that off the trailer here, and I don't even know if you can see that. I can't tell, but off the trailer right here, and I'm going to lay it on top of where we just planted the corn. I've read a couple things where people lay hay mulch down over the corn. In fact, a lot of times they'll lay it down first and then plant seeds in it. So I'm going to do that, help retain the moisture, because guess what? I put all that hay up because storms were coming and we haven't had a drop of rain. I lie. I think we've had a couple sprinkles. It's been on the forecast every day and nothing's happened. So I'm going to lay this down to hopefully help retain some water, and I'm going to come out here tonight and water it real good again. We've watered it a lot when we were putting the corn seed in, but we're going to water it a lot tonight. And it is windy out here again today, so hopefully this isn't too crackly, and hopefully the mulch wants to stay there. So let's get laid down and take a look. All right, I got the mulch, or the hay, laid down as mulch here. I'm gonna water this like crazy tonight, and then check on it every so often and see how it's doing. One of my big concerns here, I just watched a video off grid with Doug and Stacy last night, and their chickens are getting into some of their gardening stuff, and I'm really hoping the chickens don't come over here. They don't too often, but hopefully this corn can come up. Hopefully they'll stay out of this hay, and it'll be good. One other note, that hay that was on the trailer that I brought over here was perfectly fine. It was dry. I could have put it in the barn, no problem. I'm probably gonna do a little hay update also here in a couple of days. But all of it, I was just back in there today, flipping and turning and getting more to put out here from the side that I believed was still too wet. And everything's looking great in there. So yeah, water this tonight and see what happens. Keep an eye on the corn and probably check some every day and find out what pops up first, soaked, dry, or both at the same time. All right, I got this mulch watering. I'm about to move it. Well, actually, I think I'm gonna let it water for another 30 or 40 minutes maybe. And I'm putting a lot of water on here because I want it to get down to the soil, and because I've got to run a hose well over 200 foot. The fence for the horse is 100 foot, and then over that way to a spigot. So the wetter I can get this, and hopefully this hay will keep it moist. It's all a big experiment this year. Hopefully it works out. But I'm going to move the sprinkler to about right there and let it sit for quite a while. But my hope is I'm getting it soaked and it's going to stay wet with the mulch on top, but we'll see. Or stay moist, how about that? Not necessarily wet. So that's that. Sweet corn planted. This is the back corner of a property. The road's up there. This is our outer driveway. Privacy trees between us and that house. We just ripped all this up. That stake is our property line. Along our wheat is doing, oh well, here. Wasn't really planning on doing this, but I gotta get in here, weed it. But our garlic is doing fantastic. I got the 4 rows of it. I got peas planted back there, which is kind of hard to see. Wheat doing fantastic. Our little wheat plot. Getting berries on it. Things are looking good. You can see the grass is growing up there for the hayfield. And on top of that hill is where I planted all that Indian corn. So that's that. Around the corner there's the garden back, way back. You can't see it here, but it's way back around the corner there. So, all right. Guys, this is Mike, Pratt Family Homestead. Shutting it down for the night. Sun's going down. Gonna let this water a little bit more. You can see it going there. Let's see, where is it? There it is. Right about there. Sun setting behind me. Hopefully that stays good wet for days. I don't want to drag 200, 250 foot of hose around with me every time I need it. I'm probably going to run something permanent down this way because I got the garlic and all that back there too. So, oh well, that's what the corn is. We don't have the, which one is it? Glass gem planted yet. But we'll get that real soon. So, hey, thanks for watching. This is Mike with the Pratt Family Homestead. Please like, share, subscribe. Find us on Instagram and Facebook. Instagram, we post a lot on Instagram. So if you want to see what's going on day to day, everything, go check out Instagram for sure. So I'm going to try and get this uploaded tonight. This is actually a 2-day video. So try to put it together here real quick for you tonight and get it uploaded. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. You guys take care.